Hey everyone, my name is Chris Casino. I'm ID 27529 of the 501st in the Carolina Garrison, and I appreciate that I was asked to answer some questions for everyone today. So I have about 6 questions here. I'm going to go through each and answer those the best that I can, and we'll just start off with the first question. Alrighty guys, so the first question presented to me was what are the outfits that I currently have? So I thought I'd show you what an Imperial closet looks like. This is what every Imperial officer should have in his closet. My original outfit was the staff officer uniform. I've also gotten some parts so it also works as a Navy trooper, which I was approved for. That's probably the one that I wear the most. But I also have the ISB agent. And currently, I'm working on line officer. I have everything that I need for the line officer except the hat. So, as of right now, I have 3 approved. Actually, I have 4 or 5 because of the different versions that you can do with this outfit, like warrant officer, things like that. But I have about 4 or 5 approved, and the line officer is coming soon. Second question is, what got you started in the 501st? So basically, it was about 2016, my wife and I were finishing up about 5 years with our youth group at our local church and kind of wanted to still continue working with kids, putting a smile on kids' faces. We weren't sure exactly where to go with that, and I had seen 501st at different sporting events and things like that throughout the area, so being a huge Star Wars fan myself, I looked more into what they did, and when I realized what it was that they were doing, I started to try to reach out, make some contacts, and get some more info. Once I did that and got my costume and got approved, I definitely was extremely excited to be able to be a part of what we're doing between the different charity organizations we work with, the events that we do, and things like that. It definitely was exactly what I was hoping and what I was looking to get into. The next question is, what is your favorite Star Wars movie? So, I would have to say it's A New Hope, but it's a very close tie between that and Empire Strikes Back. I would say A New Hope though, because the story goes, when I was a month old, my grandma actually took me to see that movie live in the theater, so I can technically say that I was there, but I obviously don't remember that. And growing up, that was the one that we always watched the most. I had a really close friend, and between that and Spaceballs, we pretty much watched those 2 every day. But again, like I said, Empire Strikes Back was a very close second, and now it probably would be about time with A New Hope, but still, I'd still go out and say A New Hope is probably my favorite. Alright, so the fourth question that we have is, what is the most memorable experience I have from the 501st? So, being a nerd, I have what I call my Star Wars wall here, and I was for pretty much most of the time taking pictures of the events, putting my favorite picture up on these doors here. And although I've been to a lot of different events, the one that's probably the most memorable was last October of 2017 when about 8 of us were invited to present a Make-A-Wish to a child. It was about a 5-year-old boy named Creed, and his parents, he was granted the Make-A-Wish, and his parents asked if we would come and present it to him at his school. So you can see down in this corner here, this is the picture of Creed and his classmates. For about an hour we were invited into his gymnasium where we were allowed to interact with him, his classmates, his family, and his teachers. He wanted to see Darth Vader, so Darth Vader was actually able to present the Make-A-Wish to Creed and let him know that his wish was granted, that he was able to go to Disney World. And it was just a great time, and we were definitely blessed that we were able to do it, and I know that it'll definitely be an experience that we'll be able to remember for quite a while. Other than that, again, I have really enjoyed all the events I've done. I was able to join in May of last year, so I've done about 35 events so far over the past year and a half. And I also enjoy the baseball games, partly because I'm a fan, partly because I love to see the kids happiness when they get to a Star Wars night and they don't expect us necessarily there, and then they get to interact with us, take pictures with us, watch us do crazy things through the stadium and out on the field. But also as a fan, it's kind of neat being able to go and see behind the scenes at the different baseball parks. Get to see in the dugouts, underneath the stadium, places we wouldn't be able to go as just a regular fan, so that's kind of fun as well. So question 5 is, how do I get started in the 501st? So I love running the tables at different conventions and stuff. I really enjoy talking to people, so obviously I get asked this question all the time. People are interested, what do I do? What are the first steps? There's usually 2 things that I tell them. First, I usually always ask, do you have a favorite Star Wars character, Star Wars movie? And I try and find out, do you have a specific costume that you're interested in? Some people may say something like they want to do a stormtrooper, they want to be an officer, and from there I can kind of tell them, okay, since you know what kind of costume you want, I explain to them a detachment, tell them this is the detachment you want to look into, and they can help further you to get the costume that you need with all the correct accessories, help you get ready for your submission photos and things like that. If they're not even sure about a costume and they're just really looking to get some further information on what we do, the best thing I tell them obviously is the 501st website, but also tell them about the Carolina Garrison website. If you're not currently on there and you are in North and South Carolina, want to be part of the Carolina Garrison, definitely that is the website you want to get onto. It's really easy to sign up. And once you sign up, you can just put a little quick blurb in there about yourself, what you're looking to do, and usually within a day at most, one of us will respond, welcoming you or whatever, and then if for say you're looking into an officer, because I have officer outfits, I can kind of tell you more about where to go for officer outfits, or the IOC detachment, things like that. People that are, looking for stormtroopers or other costumes, Sith, things like that, then usually those people can chime in and give them a little bit more information on that. So definitely the 2 most important things, you got to know what costume you want to do, and you got to be on the Carolina Garrison website. That would be the 2 things to get people started. Last question is, how do I request the 501st to come to my event? So that's actually a really easy one. We do get that question every once in a while at the different conventions, and I just let people know, go to the 501st website, 501st.com, and right on the right hand side of that first page is a box that says request an appearance. Once you click on that, it'll have you put in some contact information, and somebody within probably usually a week respond to that person, letting them know that that's an acceptable event, and then it would get posted to our internal Carolina Garrison database where we're able to sign up at that time. So that would be the way to request an event. Anyhow, I appreciate that you let me help answer these questions, and hopefully you find something useful, and we will talk to you guys later.